Hi, I'm April Rose, your Witchy Wisdom 1 host for Saturday. This week's topic has been about trying to balance your school life, schoolwork, family life, and your spiritual path. This is certainly not an easy thing to do and not always possible to really balance all three comfortably. For those that dorm at college, you really only have to deal with two at a time. During the school year, it's schoolwork and your spiritual path. And then during the summer or on vacations, when you go back home, it's not so much schoolwork and more just trying to balance family and your spiritual path. I, however, commute to my college, so I have to balance all three at once until summer vacation, and then it's just, for the most part, managing family and spiritual path, although this summer I have had some schoolwork that I've had to do as well. Not too bad, though. For the most part, I try and keep my school week for academics and some studio work. I'm an art major, so it's not just, writing papers and studying. I have to put together a portfolio and have artwork, which is very time-consuming. And it's really, at least for me, not possible to keep all of that work to just 5 days during the week. Inevitably, most of my Saturday is spent in the studio as well. I'm a ceramics major, so rather than being able to just go home and draw, I have to actually be working with clay, which I don't have space for that at home. So I do have to be at school for quite a bit. Sundays are days that I'm home because the studio has reduced hours. So I usually try and spend Sundays with my family. And this works out pretty well because both my parents have Sunday off. And back before my brother went to dorming at college, my brother was usually freed up on Sundays as well to spend time with the family. So this has worked pretty well, just balancing schoolwork and family. Obviously schoolwork comes first. Then the tricky part, at least for me, is trying to fit in studying witchcraft and observing the dark moon, the full moon, Samhain, or as I just call it Hallows Eve, and what most people think of as Ostara, which I call spring equinox. I tend to not go by the pagan religious terms since I do not consider myself to be religious, and I don't celebrate the full wheel of the year, just the two holidays. So for me, trying to fit in my witchcraft studies has been just when I have the extra time. If I have my Sunday off and my parents happen to be busy that day, so I can't spend time with the family, I'll spend that studying for witchcraft or practicing whatever I need to. I try and fit it in during breaks in the winter and spring, and for the most part, my most intensive studies into witchcraft have been during the summer, because that's when I have time. For the most part, during the school year, I really don't. And that's just kind of how it works out for me. Every once in a while, during the semester, there'll be, a week or two when things kind of slow down. If it right after midterms, or right before midterms, when I've got everything done for the most part, and I don't have to worry anymore. Although I tend to procrastinate, so that doesn't often happen. Usually it's right up till last minute, which is not good for me to do, but it kind of happens. I think most people end up in that situation. So again, balancing these three things can be very difficult and not always possible. So I try and break it up by seasons, because balancing two of them is tricky enough. Every once in a while, I'll try to have like one book, one pagan or witchcraft-related book that I read by the end of the school year. So I'll just read a chapter here and there, so that it's not too much to deal with. And then during the summer, I just cram in as much as I possibly can. Since I have a pretty long summer vacation, actually, from the beginning of May until the beginning of September, which does, at least here in America, seem to be some of the longer summer vacations for college students. I think my brother's is a bit shorter, but it'll vary from school to school. This year I've actually had to fit in some school work during the summer because I'm preparing for senior year, so I haven't had as much time to devote to studies in witchcraft. I've been preparing for the praxis exams for education, and earlier I did some field work in classrooms, and I have to put together an idea for my senior portfolio. I don't know if this discussion helped. I'm not sure how others, say, who aren't art majors, if they have any more time during their school year. I don't know how busy their workload is. I'd be interested to see how others balance their schoolwork and pagan or magical studies during the school year, because that's something that I am terrible at. So if you have anything to say, either a comment or questions about this video, post them below, and I'll get back to you with answers as soon as I can. Bye.